Well, good morning and welcome back. Today we're going to be, of course, the compressor has to come on just as I start recording. Oh well, it'll only be a minute. So yesterday I worked on the journey and used the rattle can and painted this back patch. It turned out all right. You know, it'll need a buff, but it's not going to get that much effort put into it. As you can see, the roof is going to need paint, which is the next project, and the hood. So I'll need to touch up that hood a little bit. And then today's project will be masking everything off. And if the wind doesn't stop, I will wait until tomorrow to get the painting done. I'm going to bring the truck down. I need to cover everything up on that. Engines are all covered up. That's the 400 horsepower blueprint. That's the block that I built. This one is the block that I bought. I'm thinking that we're going to do a shop rebuild on that. And then this one is the one that came out of the truck. These are basically identical blocks. They've never been bored. This one overheated significantly. This one was running when I pulled it out. A little bit of smoke, not too bad. So this one will be going to the shop to be properly built. This one we'll do a shop rebuild on. So there we are. I will work on masking, getting it all prepared. If the wind stops, then I'll spray. I don't have a paint booth. I just have a big garage door that I can open. So we'll set up a couple of fans to pull the air through, but not so fast that it pulls dirt along with it. So anyway, there we are. That's what's going on. The C10 is pretty much on hold until I decide what I'm going to do as far as engines go. The blueprint engine was supposed to go in the truck, but I think I want a stronger engine in the truck than this one. This is basically the base model with the Vortec heads. I need to see what headers fit it and see whether or not the headers that I bought for the Corvette fit. If they do, then it might get dropped in the Corvette and build a stronger engine for the truck. If not, I don't know. We'll have to regroup after that. It's going to be a matter of putting some headers up against those heads and see what fits and what doesn't. And because I got the headers and side pipes for the Corvette, and they're big tube headers. They should bolt up. I just don't know if the external angle is the same or not on Vortec heads versus regular stock heads. So if you guys know off the top of your head whether or not the angle is the same, let me know in the comments. What I'm going to do is drop one head onto the block and measure the angle of the face compared to some other straight line on the block, and then compare that to the blueprint block. They should be the same, but like I said, I'm not sure if the Vortec heads have a bit different angle as far as the face for the exhaust manifold, which would make a difference as to whether or not the headers fit. So lots of things to check, lots of things to do, lots of projects going on, too many projects going on. I want to get this car done so that we can send it on down the road. It has had a lot of work done to it. In the last 1,500 miles, it has a new alternator, new spark plugs, oil change, air filter. It's going to need new squirters for the windshield wipers because I broke them both taking them out to paint. They were just brittle. It's had all new motor mounts. because they're fluid-filled mounts and they weren't any good anymore. New battery. It's had a new battery. A new emissions vapor thing over there by the gas tank. I actually had somebody do that for me because they had the smoke machine and could do it. Plugs, alternator. I don't know if I said that already. Oil change, air filter, battery, motor mounts, radiator flush, transmission service. Yeah. Everything to make it road ready. So we get this, make it look a little bit better. We'll see about doing something with the headlights. I'm not sure. Those will have to be done by hand. I'll have to mask them off and do them by hand because I don't feel like taking them out. And it'll be ready to go. The only thing, if I were keeping this, the only thing that I would do is change out the center stack, put a new unit in there because the one that's in there is not working. The radio doesn't work. It comes on when you first start it up, but then as it warms up, it goes away. So it'll be priced accordingly. If you're interested in buying it, let me know. If you know anybody that's interested in it, let me know. If you know what this should go for, all cleaned up, mention it in the comments, because you're going to want to comment so that you're eligible to win a shirt. Comment, like, and subscribe. Subscribers who comment are eligible for the drawing for videos that have 20 or more comments. So keep the comments coming. I'll try and answer as many as I possibly can with my limited time, with so many projects and so little time to work on them. But I'm not rushing. I'm trying to get it done as right as I can. Mainly because this is going on down the road. I want it to be right. My stuff, yeah, don't get it right, just get it going. But I want it to be safe. You know what I mean? So that's why the truck has had all new running gear, or is getting all new running gear. We'll do a video on what's going on with the C10. I did a lot of this stuff before I even thought of a YouTube channel. And I thought, what the heck? It doesn't take a whole lot of energy to put a camera up and film what you're doing. So I decided to start a YouTube channel, and it was going to be strictly based on the C10. But I thought, you know what? Maybe to help finance this project, I would buy auction cars, fix them up a little bit, and flip them. So in flipping this one and the Honda Element, we'll see how that goes. We'll see if it's worth my time and effort to do that. See if I make any money or lose any money. Because to be honest with you, for what I think this car will go for, I think that's what I have in it. So I'm probably not making anything on this car. I haven't done a whole lot to the Honda. It hasn't needed a whole lot. So that one, I might make a couple bucks on. So we'll see. All right, the last thing that I forgot to mention was the fact that in the last 1,500 miles, it's got a set of 4 brand new Delente Desert Storm DSB 19-inch tires. The wheels leave a little bit to be desired. I mean, this is sort of a project car that I'm letting go. Probably need to take the wheels off and either have them powder coated or painted, whatever you want to do. Man, that wind is kicking up. We're not painting today. We're just going to be preparing. So let's set this thing up to do some fast motion recording, and we will hopefully get this thing all masked up today. we've got, the car is all masked up. Stuff is covered up. The C10 is covered. Keep the overspray off that new wood bed. And we've got paint, primer, clear, reducers, hardeners. We're ready to go as soon as the wind slows down, and that may not be till tomorrow. So need to cover up that little bit of the tire there so we don't get any overspray on that, as bad as they are. The other thing I didn't mention when I was going over all the things that I had done to this thing, new tires. And those boys weren't cheap. Those are some expensive tires, 19 inches on the RT model. So yeah, I had to put out some money for new tires because I didn't want to let it go with the tires that were on it, because there was 3 different kinds of tires on it. And that's not good. So when I'm ready to paint, after I've wiped everything down again, I'll lift up the hood a little bit. All the engine compartment is masked off, covered up so the overspray won't get it. As you can tell, I'm not a painter, and if I went to painting school and they taught me masking the first day, I probably wouldn't be there the second day, because masking sucks. And that's probably more than likely because I'm not that good at it, and it's a very tedious job, and you don't get to see much of a result until you start spraying. But it's one of those things you just have to do. I mean, if you don't, it turns out like really bad. So, all right, well, once we get to painting, I will come back and we'll shoot a little video and we can see the progress. Thanks for watching, guys. Well, here we are in the little shop, getting the journey ready for paint. Applied the sealer on the roof and on the hood. And I think it turned out pretty good. I've got another coat to go. I think I put it on a little heavy on the hood. I'm going to give it plenty of time to dry. I had a little run over here. I kind of flooded it out so that it didn't look so bad. I don't know. It may or may not look so bad. But yeah, it's going to take a minute to dry. And I think it's 15 minutes between coats. Since it's a bit cooler, I set my timer for 20 minutes. I set my gun up just like it shows on Paint Society. That is an awesome show to watch if you guys want to check out his YouTube channel. He'll definitely help you get set up as far as painting. And he's got multiple videos on multiple different subjects. So go check him out if you want to do some painting in your garage. And that's all this is. This is painting in my garage. So far, so good. We'll come back when there's some color on it. All right. Here we are mixing the color. So we've got an ounce of hardener and a 1-to-1 mix with reducer. And I'm not a painter, but I can pretty much follow directions. And I've been watching Paint Society. I watched starting a year ago and watched a few videos, and then caught up on a couple more videos in the last couple days. And I think so far it's turning out to be a pretty decent paint job, considering all there is to be considered. So let me show you. I mean, it's decent. It really is decent. I don't know why it looks, you know what? I hit that a couple of times and it's still not exactly the way I want it right there. But I'm afraid to put too much on and get another run, so we'll leave it at that and we'll put extra color, because it looks like, since it was a 1-to-1 mix, I mixed a lot, and I probably didn't need to mix a lot. So I don't know. We might have to find something else to paint, but we'll see. All right, I'll come back once I got some color on. All right, here we go. We got color. It's not perfect yet. It's just the first coat. And of course you don't put it on too thick because otherwise you get runs. 2 or 3 lighter coats is far better than 1 heavy coat. So it will come together a little bit better once I get this next coat on, but that's it. It's going to be 2 coats and that's it. And then it's going to get cleared. But look at the color. That color is amazing. I like it better than the, well, it's supposed to be a match, and it probably will be once the clear goes on, but this is a beautiful color. This is really a beautiful color. I like it a lot. Yes, there's a dent in the hood. No, I couldn't get to it from the inside because it's a double skin. It's when they made things a little stronger than they do now. So it would be a big deal to fix that. I wouldn't want to just put putty in it. You have to pull it, whatnot. I just wasn't into that. So we are going to paint this one more time, put a second coat on it, then put the clear coat on, and I will come back once that is done. My infamous GoPro is down to 5% battery. Crazy. All right, see you in a bit. Go get a cold snack or something. It'll be a few minutes. It's the next morning. Paint's had a chance to dry a little bit. Time to take all the tape and plastic off, park it outside, let the sun bake it, and then we'll put the trim pieces back on and we'll be done with it. It's got a little bit of orange peel on the hood. Factory had that. Very little orange peel on the roof. It looked really smooth, but as it's drying, it's getting a bit more orange peel. That's all right. This one will be going down the road. Probably next week I'll advertise it, but if anybody's interested, drop me a line. Make you a great deal. So let's take off all this plastic and move it out into the sun.